Manipulating images. In the previous video, it was mentioned that when the minimum amounts of red, green, and blue light are used, we get a black color. And when the maximum amounts of red, green, and blue light is used, we get a white color. This follows the general principle that less light leads to a darker image and more light leads to a lighter image. No different than the inside of your bedroom or classroom. Whenever we dim the lights in our bedroom, the room gets darker. And whenever we increase the light, the room gets brighter. So let's apply this to a single pixel. Suppose this is a single pixel and these are the exact RGB values for that pixel. If I were to add 50 to all three of these values, that would produce a brighter version of that color. And if I were to subtract 50 from all three of these values, that would produce a darker version of that color. This is how lighting and darkening filters are created. A lighting filter is made by adding numbers to the RGB values, and a darkening filter is created by subtracting values of a value from the RGB value. Now let's apply this concept to an actual image. If I wanted to brighten this entire image, I would simply add a number to the RGB value of every single pixel in that image, even if that image has 1,000,000 pixels. And if I want to darken that image, then I'm going to subtract from the RGB values of each pixel in that image. Now, before we go, there's one more issue we have to address. And it's the issue of what happens whenever we go over or under the limit for any given R, G, or B value. For example, if this is a pixel and I want to brighten it by adding 50 to each of the RGB values, well, we can do that for green and blue. However, when we do it for the red value, we go over the limit. Well, when that happens, we simply cap it at 255. We don't go over. G and B will receive the full increase, but the red value will get capped at 255. Likewise, if I want to darken this color by decreasing it by 50, by decreasing the R, G, and B values by 50, R and G, the R and G values, we can do that without problem. But the B value will have to cap at 0 because we cannot go below 0.